Hey there, and welcome back. We have another summit sneak peek with one of our amazing Get Good at Business session presenters and speakers, Misty Springer. Misty, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
So, Misty is a master coach who helps business owners create income and impact in an aligned way. Known for her powerful presentations and ability to connect deeply with her clients, she approaches her work with wisdom, experience, and a powerful belief in each person's ability to use their divine gifts. Misty pulls from her experience as a therapist, somatic coach, breathwork facilitator, and mindfulness expert to reframe limiting beliefs into powerful business tools for growth. In her signature programs, Misty specializes in guiding business owners through transformative experiences that produce lasting shifts in their purpose-driven work. You'll find Misty adventuring with her family, hiking in nature with her dog Coda, or searching for a delicious piece of dark chocolate. Misty, I am so excited for your upcoming session at the summit because you are talking about what you spoke about in your bio, really taking that purpose to power and taking aligned action to create more income and impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
So share with us the path to getting here, right? How did you become the expert to be able to share with business owners how to take aligned action, create that more income, that more impact?
Yeah. Well, all the journeys that we have begin with ourselves, right? We have to get into that understanding of what aligned action means for me. And I'll actually be talking about that a little bit later. And it really began with my journey as a therapist. Oh my goodness, I'm going to date myself here, like 30 years ago. When I started on this journey, and I loved the work that I was doing with my clients. And I felt like we were only hitting one part of a person. We were working with their mind, helping them with cognitive behavioral change and really looking at the mindset. But I felt like there were pieces missing. The clients, I was really invested in my clients showing up as the best version of themselves. And it just felt like we were only touching one part of a person. And so I got really curious and I started thinking, okay, how can we incorporate the body and the heart? We are a whole person. We need to look at the body and the heart as well. And so that took me on a journey. I was trained actually as a health coach and somatic coach and really looked at the body and what the body had to offer. And I thought, oh, great. I am a health coach. I've got it mixed with my mindset training as a therapist. Let's go do this. And so I started out on my journey and really was excited about helping people to transform their health and their eating habits. And what I found was that they had a plan. They knew exactly what to do. They had a strong desire. It wasn't about not wanting to lose the weight or exercise or take care of themselves. But what they didn't have was the long-term transformation. They wanted it, but they weren't sticking with it. And so that really intrigued me. I started thinking, what is the process? What is missing? And that's when we started looking, and I started getting curious again and studying and understanding the heart, which is where our beliefs live, the way that we look at and see the world. And so that's really what I have focused on is transforming now businesses. I took that from health coaching into the business world and helping small business owners get into aligned action. Because aligned action is when our body, mind, and heart are all in alignment and we're not fighting against each other. Our heart isn't fighting against our head. We can move forward and take action that feels like flow and ease instead of burnout, stress, holding on by our fingernails, trying to make it through.
I love that. And let's talk about like the power of aligned action in a more detailed sense, right? There is that power of aligned action really help to connect with a purpose, but there's also that power of aligned action to helping gain traction and actually connect with the right clients and aligned action of selling the right offer. Like there's so many pieces that aligned action piece can come into play with. It's not just aligned action business as a whole, but aligned
Yeah.
action in true results.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a difference between taking action and taking aligned action.
Right.
Because taking action, and this is what I did for years in my business, and it felt like a hamster on a treadmill, right? Putting tons of effort in, following all the strategies, doing all the things, but not feeling like it truly was in alignment with who I was or the type of client that I wanted to serve. And so really getting into alignment with who I am, like what is it that I want to bring to the world? I call it your first voice. Like when you drop into that first voice, that who I am and what I bring to the world, that's when you can get into aligned action, and you're not running into an invisible brick wall, just taking action but going nowhere. So aligned action is about taking action that actually creates results.
Yes, love that. And of course, this is not just a theory, right? As a session speaker, you've been thoroughly vetted that you are an expert in your area. You're going to be there teaching our entrepreneurs, our attendees, how to get good at business. And it's not theory, but it's actual strategy that works. So share with us a success story from yourself or from a client having implemented what you'll be teaching us at the summit.
Absolutely. This is my favorite part. I love sharing success stories because it isn't theory. It is something that actually works. It just works in a different way than we're used to.
Right.
So this is a story that happened to me several years ago. So my daughter started her freshman year in college, and I was excited for her to go off to college. I was running my business. It was, plugging along, but wasn't quite making the income or the impact that I wanted. So I sent my daughter off to college, and about 3/4 of the way of her freshman year experience, she was diagnosed with a debilitating and life-altering disease. It was devastating for her and our family. And at that moment, my belief was, I can't take care of my daughter and my business at the same time. I had a belief that it had to be either or. Either I'm a good mom or I have time and energy for my business. It's not possible to have both. That was the limiting belief that I had been operating under. That's the invisible brick wall I had been running into for a long time and hadn't recognized it until that moment. But in that moment, I had a choice to make. I could walk away from my business and just continue on that path of that limiting belief that there's not enough time for both, or I could start shifting that belief. And so I had to tune into that first voice. I had to get clear, like, is this true? And what I found in that moment was absolutely both are important, both are necessary, and this can work. And so in the time that I was driving back and forth 9 hours both ways to go and take care of my daughter, I worked on my beliefs. So I worked on our beliefs. Our energy is made up of what we believe, think, and feel. Those were the actions that I took in the car driving. I worked on what I believed, I worked on what I was thinking, and I worked on what I was feeling. I felt back into that trust. Yes, this is possible. Both are possible. And at the end of that month, I had tripled my monthly income. I had done less, but the action that I had taken was aligned. It was a complete aligned action. So every action that I took was multiplied, and it created a completely different result in a completely different way. And I have transformed my business since then and helped others do the same by getting into that aligned action. Stop the fight against ourselves that can be really deep and subconscious is real, and it gets in the way of results.
Yes, that is so amazing. And I'm so excited that you'll be teaching us the how to do that,
Yes.
right? How taking aligned action creates that income, that impact, the business, the life, all of those things that we want, desire, and of course, deserve. Oh, it's going to be so amazing. So Misty is speaking at our Get Good at Business Summit. This is a virtual summit for entrepreneurs, May 16th and 17th. It is virtual, so you can attend from the comfort of your own home, and you can pop in and check out Misty's incredible session. Again, that is the 16th and 17th of May. And because Misty is one of our incredible speakers, she has a special gift for you. If you go to summit.getgoodatbusiness.com, I'll say that again, like this is an infomercial almost, right? But summit.getgoodatbusiness.com. If you go there and type in Misty's name, you can get your tickets for free. For free. So make sure that you go to summit.getgoodatbusiness.com. Check that out. Misty, I am so excited. I think your session is going to be incredible and is so needed for our attendees who want to get good at business. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you for being one of our session speakers.
You are so welcome. Pleasure to be here.
And for those of you watching, again, go to summit.getgoodatbusiness.com, type in Misty, get your free tickets, and we will see you at the Get Good at Business Virtual Summit for Entrepreneurs, May 16th and 17th.